What if I were to try... I don't know how doable this is. I'm trying to think, like, what if I were to try doing this, what's the word I'm looking for? Region locked. I don't know if that's gonna help, honestly, with my issue. Like, I just need to get out of setup for, like, one time. I need to get out of setup so I can actually start fighting things. Like, so far I have not even been able to... Like, I haven't even been able to try out the strategies that I'm thinking of with regards to, I can't get... Okay. Like, I haven't been able to try out the strategies that I'm thinking of because I just can't seem to get out of my own way. Five will survive. 5 is alive. Okay, you got it. Alright, in the interest of time, I'm not even going to bother try fighting this guy. I'm just going to let him swing at me a couple times. I'll yell at him first. Ah! Oh, okay, well... Alright. They're better at yelling, I guess. I like how in the tooltips, the tarnished guy has, like, the knights set on. Meanwhile, my guy looks like goofy Dr. Manhattan. He's looking right at me. Oh god.
Hey.
Oh no. But how far is this guy gonna chase me? Hey, sweep. Oh my god, he's right behind me. Yo, not cool. Okay, alright. I didn't realize, like, I mean, obviously he's on a leash, but, like, I didn't realize that he could come that far to the north of the church. Usually you fight him in the area between the first step of grace and the church. That was surprising.
have they, sir? But you, I can play turning root to aid you. You need to the foot. Then summon me. Ah, I bequeath. It will some torrent. Treat him with.
All right, let's do it all again. Here's what I like about the challenge run, is this is entirely an execution thing. Like, if I die, it is my fault. There are not, like, you know, I'm not at the whim of RNG or anything like that. It's entirely a skill issue. Why am I green? That's just like you can customize your character, and I chose to make his skin color the color for the stream. So now he matches. He matches with us. Sometimes I don't use this guy, but sometimes I do. I think it's funny. What's up, Mibu? Only run action games for challenges? Yeah. So, like, you know, sometimes you learn simple things, like, you know, don't run through, you know, 3 lobsters and get stun locked, right? Like, it was an obvious learn, yeah? Then there's other situations like, you know, be very careful when you're jumping off cliffs and stuff. Again, nothing too crazy, but, you know, stuff to pay attention to, right? Like, I need to know... Oh my god, pick the item up. Stuff to pay attention to. Yeah, the lobster death was just hilarious. Like, there's nothing you can do there except clap for the lobsters, but also, again, the learn is I don't need to go near them, so now I don't, right? Then for this run, not even anything in the game, the learn was remove the freaking Windows key. And you know, obviously it's unfortunate that it happened to us in the spot that it happened to us. But you just learn and improve. Learn and improve. Learn and improve. Until you get one that's good enough for what you're trying to do. I think any of these playthroughs are going to be perfect. There's always going to be, like, random shit that goes wrong, and hopefully through iteration and improvement we can make it so that we can mitigate all of that stuff. In truth, I don't... Maybe I should do the math. Maybe this is a waste of time as well. Like, I can start trying to trim the fat off some of the, like, inefficiencies in my early routing. Because, I do not want to... Like, I wish the setup didn't take quite so long, even though I don't have a problem with it, but I can understand that it can probably get frustrating to see me just riding around the same areas if I fail, and you do want to get to the meat of things a little bit earlier. One of the joys that I had challenge running Sekiro is that, like, you know, a typical Sekiro run is, you know, easily within the bounds of a session, right? A stream session. Like, you know, doing no damage, or the no-hit runs that are like, you know, some people can finish those things in like under an hour, depending on if they're doing like Shura or whatever. But with this game, I mean, and again, I'm probably just bad. You play another game? Yeah, that's fair. Like, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, of course. This is great. I'm not by any means complaining about anything. It is it's just something to note. So I go about it as fast as I can. Missed. Here's how you hit. Bye. That is the buffest man in the history of ever. At least in this game. He's got a freaking 8-pack. He's got muscles on his muscles. Grabbing the items that are worth 100 runes each, with intent to raise my vigor to 25 as soon as I can. By the way, the rats do ridiculous amounts of poison damage, the giant rats. So they can very easily unseat you. Even if you are being careful, and if your Windows key is not getting in the way. Yes, that is very true. It is a gorgeous video game. So yeah, I mean, it's just nice to be in this world. It's a cool one. The areas are all very unique, offer their own series of challenges, except for Liurnia, which apparently is just the bane of my existence. I don't know. I've died in Liurnia. How many of the times? Of the 4. 2 out of the 4 have ended in Liurnia. Not great. I'm trying to practice having a little bit better posture. I need to kind of constantly remind myself to like sit back in my chair a little bit sometimes. My new glasses are slightly better than my older ones, which means I can actually continue reading chat without having to sit like this. So, and that's good. I needed that. Thanks for the stretch, Borg. I'll do that when I get to the next grace. I mean, I can stretch this arm. But the WASD arm is not so easy to do. Yeah, I'm not ambidextrous enough that I would be able to switch grips. Like, use my right hand to do WASD, I think would probably lead to some unfortunate accidents. On each arm. 5 runes each. You have to have them.
Always been it. How can I? Never safe.
Yeah. It's interesting. Typically, I'm so used to just leaning forward, but the fact that I can actually, like, sit back like this now is I'm gonna need to constantly remind myself to do it, because I know that old habits die hard, but not having, like, a stiff neck and back after I'm done streaming is probably a good thing, probably. Oh my god. Horse! Very good. That dog wanted to play. Hey, take care, Bark. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Get a good rest. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next time, hopefully. Maybe I won't even be running around in setup. You guys gonna throw things? There it is. Pardon me, pardon me, pardon me. Run. Yeah. Are you... Bro. Bro! Oh my god. Fine. I will exit the premises on my own. Normally, I do this the other way, but they seem insistent. Yeah, normally the guy, the knight ends up in the front, and so, but the other guy actually has a ranged attack that can hit me, and he was just throwing fire bombs at me. Pretty rude, I have to say. But all is well. I got that guy's hopes up. Welcome, dear customer. Ah. What? Wow, I somehow managed to not attract the attention of either of the rune bears there. Hello?
Is anybody there?
Is anybody there?
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great.
Oh, I'll rescue you, alright.
Servant to the
Later.
New Order and celebrated repudiator of the Pops.
Once I have a weapon capable of rescuing you.
Anybody?
Hello?
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the True Order and celebrating repudiator of apostles.
Right. Go to the Church of Ella, A.
This way, tarnished. May I have a plan the will? I'd heard tend upon the talk thou art to call forth. I was instructed by torrents to summon their spirits. Now it is that. I doubt we. How long before the time?
And I can also that you're not. Then why? I am Carl. Goodbye for now.
All right. Let's head up. All right.
Everyone only to have. Did you know it's quite them? I'm heading to entice. Well, that, but I don't have. It's scary. I want on nothing. Can you take? And it'll be glad if you. Oh, tell them I love them fine again.
Okay. Let's go get a Liurnia Grace. That will send Roderica to the Round Table Hold. Now that we've had our conversation with her. For those of you that have been paying attention the whole time, I'm using my mouse a little bit less right now, just to see, like, is it a little bit easier to watch if I'm not using my mouse so much? I will at least, or of course I'll still have to do it from time to time. because I want to be looking around. That's how I move my camera, but like this, in this area. But I could also just try to not move my camera at the same time that I'm moving my character. And maybe that will help. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Less jerky than a couple nights ago? Yeah. Alright, so I will try, at least, like, especially when I'm doing transit stuff like this, to do a little bit less of that. Obviously, when we get a little bit more into the fights, then I'm going to want to be using my camera quite a bit, but when I'm, like, just running around, I will try my best to not move the camera so much. I can press F to recenter if there are no enemies around, at least. Like in a situation like this, I need to move my camera so I know where I'm going. Control's yelling at me. He's still yelling at me. Oh, what a douche. Pardon me, sir. Oh my goodness. Everything's fine. I imagine they are yelling at each other right now. Like, I thought you had him. No, I thought you had him. How did you let him go right between us? Except the conversation sounds more like... But we know the context.
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me.
Aye, please. I just give and I'll pop.
Don't dally.
Give it your all,
Thanks, Mibu. Appreciate it. Maybe we'll see you another time.
Oh, that. Well, I and beyond upon this. I'd heard doesn't them.
Ha 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 ha. Never met an evil walking urn? That's right. Alexander's a bro. Shame on the people who kill him in this spot. There's a lot of folks that will kill him early to get the shard. And while that probably is the objectively correct way to go about things, I will comfortably wait until we get the bigger shard. later on. Yeah, something like that, Dane. The difference, I think, for a lot of people is that you just get to have the talisman for a much larger percentage of the game, right? Because if you don't get it now, or at like Radahn's Arena or whatever, like, and obviously I'm fine because I have other, I have other talismans that I would put in there, like instead. And, you know, by the time I get to the point where I'd want to use that talisman, then I can slot it in. Especially with an in-camp build, I can think of at least 4 talismans that can go in there anyway. Yes, it's only for Ashes of War, but I mean, there are some really effing strong Ashes of War out there. Like, for example, if I was doing Moonveil, you know, if I was doing the intelligence build, you probably want to have that a little bit earlier. But because there are not as many talismans that could go in that spot, right? Like the intelligence talisman, you don't get until more than midway through. Is it Ronnie's quest? Yeah. So you don't get that for a while. And it's also the piece that you need for Fia's quest, right? But that's when you get the intelligence talisman. The faith talisman we already have. So like, I am very happy having a faith or sorry, we will already have. I just forgot this is a new run. But like, you get the faith talisman for free early. So like, that one will occupy space until I think until you get the Great Jar Shard or the Alexander Shard. Great Jar Shard is different. That I think that's for carry weight. Did I overshoot? Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you very nicely to not slam my face in. Alright, thank you. Here are Grave Gloveworts 3, 4, and 5 to go along with the 1 and 2 that we already have. So when I do get Spirit Ashes to use, we will already have all the ones that we need. Did I get this grace already? Yeah, it looks like I did. All right. Okay. Oh my, that hit me? Rude. We got red veins. Threading the needle there, got flame grant me strength. I confess I don't really know what just happened there. What's up, base? How we doing? At the risk of jinxing it, here's what I am gonna say. It is really nice that we have gotten to play tonight without the game going completely berserk on us. Last night's session was very frustrating for me with the graphics issues and all this stuff. I did not like that. It may surprise you to hear that I was not a fan of how that went. So fingers crossed that we've actually like fixed it for, you know, for good for a while at least. But it is definitely nice to not have to worry about that so much. No. Trying to grab that. Leave me alone. Weird eyeball. Or head ball. This grace actually matters if I'm planning on helping out Millicent. Then having easy access to Commander O'Neill is a good thing. Back through the swamp. I'll take a break when we get over to the Great Bridge site of grace. While the T-Rex dogs and the Radon soldiers are fighting one another, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna switch my laundry out. So we'll take a quick break in a little bit, a couple minutes here, and then we'll continue.
Hey,
Hey, Harbinger. How are we doing? We good? And with that in mind, it's also going to be good to have the Grace here. Because if I am planning on helping Millicent, there's a couple visits that we need to make to Gowry's shack. And that is the closest Grace to him. Okay. Yep. Yes. Good. Nice. Great pathing. This Grace is near a dragon we might kill later. Like, there are spots where, like, obviously I've mentioned I don't want to farm in this game, but it can be very helpful if I need, like, additional stats, like endurance or whatever, to stop and, you know, if there are enemies that are easy to dispatch, like the Erdtree avatars, or in some cases the dragons can be relatively easy to deal with, especially if you have high health. Those are enemies that you want to go after and get the runes from them. That way you can upgrade. Again, I'm very adamant on, for the most part, staying at light roll. Like really early game, especially when I'm riding around, maybe medium roll is fine, but light roll is just really good. Yeah, Harbinger, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, I think plenty of people would be like, I'm gonna do you know, I'm not saying that this is what a lot of people would do, but a lot of people would say like, oh, if you really wanted to just do Deathless, then just go farm 1,000,000 Albinorics, and then go and finish the game with 99 Vigor or whatever. But like, I'm not intending on farming anything, like sitting or grinding anything. If I need runes, we'll kill bosses for them. But yeah, my intention is to kind of keep things moving as often as possible. All right. Let me grab this Grace. All right, while everybody's fighting, I am going to take a quick break. Like I said, I'm going to go to the bathroom. These guys can fight each other to the death, but I am going to be back in a few minutes, all right? All right, hello everybody. I'm back. Did they finish killing each other? Looks like they did. Okay. All right, let me get settled in.
Forgive me.
Oh.
I've been testing you to determine if you have. It seems torrent, whereas I merely pretend.
Oops, sorry, 1 second.
There is but one other thing.
There we go.
I can do to offer you guidance. I can take gathering. Very let my hand.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!
Hi, Lumi. Yo, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much for an 11th month of support. Really appreciate you.
It is said.
Hope you've been well. Are you doing good? You doing good? You gonna obviously enjoy the ad reviewing the emotes, the sub badge? I mean, it's the same sub badge as you had before, but
I never knew the goal.
thank you.
I'm still looking.
Great to have you here.
You'll no matter loud. You.
Do I have Patreon? I do not.
Look, she has it. I saw in her eye.
I do not like. Obviously, I appreciate every bit of support that people give to me. But
I'm still looking.
I don't want to make like.
You're telling I don't believe. If I do, I suppose I'll ask. Certainly, I know.
I don't want there to be an obligation for anybody to do anything like that. It's not. This is a hobby. This is not my job.
No matter. Look up. Are you out of food?
So like, you know, the people that wanna subscribe, they get obviously the ad reviewing their emotes and stuff. But I will not ask people to donate. You know, that's not a thing that
I suppose
you're gonna
I'll
find
ask
at this stream. What's up, PBJ? How we doing? Yeah, happy weekend yourself. We good? What's going on? All right, Roderica's where she needs to be to upgrade Spirit Ashes. So good. Let's continue running around. We'll go through Dragon Barrow next. So it's been really hot in parts of the Bay Area, PBJ. Where I am, it's been quite nice, actually. It's been, like, right in the nice, in the sweet spot of weather. But there are other areas, like... in the South Bay and, like, out towards Sacramento that are really, really getting it. Yeah, it's been an interesting year here in California weather-wise. Like, we got a ton of rain comparatively to what we've been getting the last few years, and then now it's been really hot. Obviously, that leads to concerns because when there's a lot of rain, that leads to a lot of, like, you know, brush and like low growth. Like all the plants drink that in and they're like, hey, we can grow, and then it gets super hot and everything dries out, and then the fall comes around and fire season is always very very scary around here, but oh, hello. Yeah, yell at me. So mad. So hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, the fire season this year isn't going to be terrible, but that is something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. As it got really hot, I was like, oh no. Alright, we're ignoring the dragon. The other thing that I could do, and maybe this would help with the smoothest and allow me to like have a little bit of more control, is just use my mouse for movement and only press A. Or sorry, W. Just press W, so only go forward, and then just use my mouse for camera movement. That probably is a little bit more jerky than this, but I will probably feel a little bit more comfortable with it. Just because sometimes, like when I'm turning like this, then I can't see the direction that I'm turning, which is a little bit awkward. Or we'll do a little bit of, maybe a little bit of both. I grab the other half of the Deathless medallion here so that I can go up the lift. If I will, maybe I'll be able to go up the lift this time. Maybe. I've been poisoned. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe PPJ. That would be, it would be nice to get more rain again. Just to keep everything normal. But yeah, I mean, hopefully you stay, you know, find ways to stay cool. And it doesn't get too uncomfortable wherever you are. Be wetter than average. I really hope that's true. It would be very nice if that were true. You're cool. Yeah, okay. All right. We got it. You're cool. Okay. Who the heck are you? What? I remember there being a random undead guy there. Hello. Could you chase me, please? I mean, either one. Either one of you is fine. Come get it. Yep, dude. Come get it. I'm right here. Dog. Yo. Come on. Come on. I have something to show you. You're gonna love it. God, you walk slow. I just realized I led them the wrong way. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I need you to come this way. Come on. Hey, Abaddon, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm doing all right, thanks. You? Break the rock for me. Come on. Okay, I think he did it. Yeah, he did it. Thank you. Bye. He's so upset. Half-Life Alyx with no VR. I thought Half-Life Alyx was a VR game. What does that mean? I mean, obviously it means it's modded, but like, how does that change what you're doing? Mod flattens the game to 2D. Interesting. Okay, and you're just playing that on your like on PC or something? Interesting. Cool. Cool. I hope it's good. I'm gonna grab the Somber 8. Hello. Ugh. Are you scared of me? Go away. Yeah. Run away from me. Yeah, run, 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 run. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go that way. Look, one of us is gonna fall off a cliff. I'm not sure which. Okay, it was you. You fell off. Oh my god. I almost fell off a cliff trying to get him to fall off a cliff. Stupid beetle. Anyway, the Somber 8 is mine now. Yay. You can't play VR games? Yeah, I have very limited VR experience. Like, never had a device, never knew anybody with one. So I've tried them out a couple times. It's very interesting. Unfortunately, I don't get like motion sickness from stuff like that, but I can understand how that's possible. Okay. Yeah, no, it's very different. It's very different. It's a fascinating technology. It's just sometimes. All right, here I do need to be a little bit careful and precise with my movements. There we go, right across the tree trunk so that I can get to the abandoned cave. So we'll come back here a little bit later when we have our Fanged Imp Ashes. And I can take on... Well, we'll just run through this area and I'll take on these bosses. Alright. Let's go to Liurnia. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Maybe this time we won't die here. Maybe. Hit me through the wall. That's not how walls work. Nice, thanks, Dane. Appreciate it. Glowing skull, glowing skull, glowing skull. Casual asks, welcome to the channel, by the way, asks, how many Remembrance bosses are there? Gosh. Okay, let's count them. Godric, Renala, Radon, Rykard, that's 4. I'm thinking of stuff outside the capital. Oh my god. So that's 4. Then you got the weird ancestor spirit thing. That's 5. Yeah, main bosses, but also the ones that drop remembrances, like the remembrance that you can either redeem for a new weapon or ability, stuff like that. So like, so yes, it's the main bosses, but also like, you know, the big optional ones like Fortisax, Placidusax, Moog, Malenia. Those ones aren't necessary to complete the game, but I'm gonna do them anyway. Or I want to do them anyway. So just anything that can drop one of those remembrances. I think there's like probably like 12 or 13, something like that. Godric and Renala. Yeah, because you need to have 2 in order to get inside the capital, right? So of the ones that you can get, I think most people will get the excuse me. Most people will get like. Oh yeah, and then there's like Estelle down in Ronnie's quest, right? So like all of these quests have like the optional quests also have a remembrance boss associated, or two. Usually just one. But that's the objective anyway. I think doing a Deathless run and not including a boss like Melania or like Moog that presents quite a different series of challenges, right? Than it would if, and mind you, getting through the game Deathless at all is a tough ask on its own. So I know that I'm setting the bar a little bit high already. For me anyway. But tacking on the extra bosses I think would just be right. I think everyone did, Dane. Melania is like it's crazy, and going in blind is just you're gonna have no idea, because when the first waterfowl hits you, it's just like, oh, okay, well I guess fuck me then, right? Like then you discovered Blasphemous Blade. Yes, correct. That's like a lot of people that beat Melania are just like, well, just use Blasphemous Blade, just use Rivers of Blood. And it's like, yeah, that is correct. The objectively correct answer. And I might do that too. This is a faith-based build, and we are going to be killing Rykard, so Blasphemous Blade is going to be an option for us. And I might even, if I were to use Blasphemous Blade, then I would definitely break out the Mimic tier for it as well, right? Just me and a Mimic doing Blasphemous Blade would probably be correct. But if I don't use Blasphemous Blade, then you'd also want to make sure that you don't pull out the Mimic. The Mimic actually will heal her more than it will help, in my experience anyway. So you have to be a little bit careful with that. Especially if this is Deathless, right? You only get one shot. Yeah, I mean, the game is tough. Like, even with cheese strategies, the game is tough. Like, I don't... Like, people are like, oh, I just used Comet Azor. And it's like, no, you didn't. Because if you just used Comet Azor on most bosses, they'll just sidestep it and then come and murder you. Like, until you maybe got lucky and they stood enough, right? Like, the only boss that I can really think of, well, two bosses maybe, that Comet Azor actually, like, works on because they sit still enough, are Moog and Placidusax. And that's it. Like, those are the only two that are, like, Moog because he walks at you in a straight line. And then he stops, like, if you do enough damage to him with Comet Azor, he'll stop to start counting to 3, right? So, like, that is the only way that you get a boss to stand still like that. Or Placidusax, just because he's enormous, right? If you distract him with a summon or something like that, then you can run behind him and then hit him with Comet Azor. But, like, otherwise, nobody's standing around. Ain't nobody waiting for you. So we got our 2 and 3 smithing stones there. So we now have 4 and 5. Malekith. Yeah, Malekith is the jumpiest boss that I can think of. Malekith is just all over the place, and he's actually like one of my worst. Again, I have a decent amount of practice now against him. it just like just sitting outside his boss room and getting summoned in, but like. Yes, sure, Telspire, yeah. But again, you have to have a ton of damage. Melania's HP is crazy. And second of all, like, you know, that's a very specific thing, and it means you have to get through her first phase still. So like, you know, cheese strats are cheese strats, but you still have to execute them. It's there is no like, aha, I win button. It's the thing that I talk about, right? Being Batman with prep time. Like, you really have to, you have to have, like, plans and contingencies for contingencies. Summon, let me solo her. That is a strategy. It's a legitimate one. They put it in the game. Now, I won't be doing that, but... What's up, Malkavia? How goes the ringing? It's going all right. I missed the somber 3s there. Oh, that's... Wait, do I need those somber 3s? Hang on. I have 10? I think I get another set of somber 3s somewhere else. Hopefully that means I won't have to come back here. Getting on top of that roof is not easy. Like, I think I would have to, like, go back up. I don't think I can. I think I get another set of somber 3s. Ooh, do I though? Torrent didn't let me pick him up. Let me go back and see if I can get on that roof somehow. Yeah, maybe from here. Yeah, I think there is a, I think there might be an angle for me to get that jump, but maybe not. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just getting off the horse. There we go. Yeah, Abaddon, I agree. I don't think I would enjoy Dark Souls, either 1, 2, or 3, as much as I've enjoyed Elden Ring. And I haven't played those ones, but from what I understand about it, the sheer like openness of Elden Ring and the fact that like you can go and get you know, you don't have to just charge headlong into the first into the first boss that you see, right? You're not railroaded into just like going and getting, you know, getting reamed by whatever boss you're fighting against, right? Like this is what I'm doing right now is a prime example of that. Like, I'm not ready to fight against anything yet, but I don't have to. I can just go do, you know, get the power that I need in whatever form that takes, and then come back and, you know, delete things. I was very frustrated when I first started playing Elden Ring. I didn't realize that, right? And I was just like, oh no, I'm gonna just bash my head against Tree Sentinel for an hour until I figure it out, or against Margit for an hour until I figure it out. Like, and that's tough, right? Like that to me doesn't strike me as like fun. But now that I know that you don't have to do that, it's like, okay, great, then I won't. They whined about Elden Ring being easy. I mean, good for them. Good for them. Elden Ring much harder. Interesting. Well, there you go. Like, I mean, and again, everyone's gonna have a different take on it, and that's also great. Let's go say hi to Raya.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, it's right, my mistress. But I was could I ask that thug only if you've or to bless a thug, please?
Be much harder than the rest, maybe. What I think is that it could be one or the other, but challenge running it is, you know, challenge running it turns it into a different beast entirely. And that's what I'm liking about the concept of this run so far, is that like now it's not just beat the game, it's beat the game and consistently be on point. Like, I have to be on my A game the entire way through. And, you know, that I think is a little bit of a different beast. And you know, obviously, there are certain areas that are going to be straightforward and certain areas that are not, but
I'm not in love with first. All right, things know your bloody act. Oh, all right then. I could be.
all right. Good. I have a lot of runes. $40. Nice. You beat NG to NG +7 with sorcery? Nice. That's cool. I still haven't gone beyond NG +2, I don't think. I think I felt like I didn't probably need to do that. Usually what I do, if I fire up Elden Ring and complete a character, what I like to do... Where am I, by the way? Oh, okay. If I complete a character in Elden Ring, then I go and grab all the summon signs for, like, you know, for most of the bosses, and then just sit with a summon sign up and go and help other players that want summon help. That's how I've practiced fighting against a lot of the bosses that I have practice against. You know, Malekith especially is one that, like, Malekith and Godfrey are bosses that I think I would definitely be way worse against if not for doing that. And they're still hard, and I still die to them sometimes. In summon context, I think with the Ashes of War, and with the lower health pool, of the bosses that I'm fighting against. The other thing is that I am sure that I'm getting summoned in not NG, like, contexts. Usually I'm probably getting summoned in like, you know, later NGs, NG plus 3, 4, 5, whatever. That's the sense that I get, considering how long some of the fights can take. Don't know what you're doing in second stage of Horror Loop? Yeah, he's crazy. He's so, like, he's just so wild. All I know is that jumping is kind of key with both Godfrey and Horolu. Jumping over the ground attacks and jumping every time he does that like shockwave slam thing. Those are like the two things that I've learned about that fight that have helped me more than anything else. Malekith is very different because he's just so jumpy. Melania, you can actually like keep her at a middle distance away, and if you have something like Moonveil, for example, I can keep Melania at like middle length away from me, and just kind of, you know, dodge and then Moonveil, and like, you can do a tremendous amount of damage and even kill her just by doing stuff like that. But like, for a boss like Malekith, he doesn't allow you to do that because he's just everywhere. He's all over the place. He's a complete nutter. But yeah, the merciful thing about Malekith is that on new game at least, he's a pretty squishy guy. No, I haven't tried any mods for Elden Ring. That may not surprise you to hear that I have not used any mods. Yeah, Larson, I agree with that as well. It's like, having the Black Knife is going to be interesting. If I continue with the Black Knife against him, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, at least the Ash of War has a decent, like middle length sort of distance. We'll have to test with that, but getting an opening for that Ash of War is interesting because it does leave you a little bit vulnerable. Harbinger, the only other place where I started jumping as well is at certain spots against Radagon. That's the only other boss that I use jumps against in any context. Smarag. So now I should have enough smithing stone 2s. I have enough smithing stone 1s, 2s, and 3s in order to get, and enough 4s to get a sacred seal to level 10, which will be good. Horse control, horse control, horse control. Ryan, tell me the other bosses that you use jumping against. I'd be curious. I mean, obviously there are certain types of attacks that you can't jump over, but I'd be curious to hear like what other jump strategy bosses there are. Dragons, avatars, worms, trolls. Interesting. Just noticed that I'm playing with keyboard and mouse. Literally, keyboard and mouse got me killed earlier. My bad, and you missed it. But I had the Windows button activate while I was in the middle of... Okay. Eventually, target lock will find the balloon. Bought a controller just to play this game? Probably smart. I'm really bad with controllers. Like, famously bad with controllers. Yeah, famous to myself. So I've been a keyboard and mouse player all my life, so, you know. To me, it wouldn't make sense to change now. Yeah, the balloon gives a rune 6, Corderino. That's why I like doing it. There's a lot of like sort of free runes around if you know where to find them. We're trying to estimate earlier. I was trying to estimate, and like I think I get like at least a couple 100,000 runes for free before I ever have to like really fight anything. Between all the balloons obviously, but like all the graveyards and stuff like that. This is where we died earlier, by the way, so fingers crossed for me, yeah? And why I died was because I pressed the Windows button and then like my character just sort of stopped and the rats headbutted me to death. But okie dokie. We look like we're okay. Let's keep moving. Chill with the gamepad on that. Yeah, I mean, again, everyone's got a style, right? It's great. It's great that this game is doable in all these different ways. So when you hold the attack button down while you're on the horse, he sort of like drags his weapon in front of him and it'll hit anything that it comes in contact with. So in the case of like that invisible scarab, which is a big one, it's a little bit easier to hit it if you're just on your horse and just know that you're in the path and then hold down the attack button. Obviously, if you have like an AoE attack, like, well, that one is the Hoarfrost Stomp one, but if you had something like it, that would also work pretty easily to get it. Storm Stomp is how I get the, hang on. I've gone the wrong way. Oh, was that a golden? Glowing skull, glowing skull. Gotta get it. Can't not get it. Give that guy a little drive-by bonk to the head. For style. For no other reason. I was just rude? Well, he's rude. I don't know. I would argue that he deserves it. I'm gonna go talk to Raya, give her the necklace that I bought back for her. Where's she at? I think she's this way. Yeah, that looks right. Am I lost? I don't think that's where she is. Hang on a second. Where is she? Oh, she's here. Oh, wow. I overshot by a mile. This way. Diablo 2 is one of the best video games ever. Like, I never have a bad time playing that game. It's so freaking good. Haven't played it in a while, but every so often you get the urge to do it. Hey, take care, Dane.
Please. Oh yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
Could I
Appreciate it.
I
Hopefully we'll see you next time.
such
Enjoy your
research,
weekend and
please.
stuff.
Most time you on the volcano. This land that they live instead at the base it was I have faith. I do hope.
All right, we'll see her in a few minutes. A few minutes. Where am I? Ah. Yo, what up? You popped out to say hello. They were aiming at me, but I was gone. What about the KOTOR games? I personally haven't played them. I have friends who are very big fans of those games. The only Star Wars game that I've played is Fallen Order. And I'm currently, like, my best friend is playing Jedi Survivor, and I've been watching over his shoulder as he does, which is pretty good. In for a treat if I play them. Aren't they, like... Well, no, I'm not gonna say anything. You tell me why you like it. I wanna hear the good things for it. Again, you guys have to remember, when people, like, make suggestions for video games, like, I always like to listen and try and understand what people like about them, but never take that as I'm saying I'm gonna play that game, because usually I just continue playing whatever I want to play. I don't play like a huge variety of games. I do like to play the games that I like a lot, and then like start challenge running them and stuff. Okay, I need to sell everything. Sure.
Have a safe trip.
Oh wait, hang on. All right.
Safe.
So that's my spirit ashes for the first certain number of fights. keep going. I thought I might do is get enough runes for... Okay, so I have 40 Vigor already. Let's get 15 Faith and 12 Arcane. That way I can do, the Dragon's Breath spells, like Rotten Breath, etc. And then after that, I will need to figure out how many, like how much other stats I need for the Black Knife. The worlds are interesting enough. I mean, it's Star Wars, right? Star Wars is an amazing atmosphere. For video games, I can't think of like a world to be thrown into that lends itself to more interesting, cool types of video games than Star Wars. You get all different kinds of stuff. You get the Starfighter games, you know, like Rogue Squadron, etc. You get racing games, right? You even got a pod racing game out of Star Wars. Everyone really liked that one, if I remember right. Obviously, you get your like fighting type of games, but like it's a fantasy world, right? Like people love magic in their video games, right? Like I'm doing incantations or sorceries in this game, but like Jedi are wizards, literally. Use the Force. I imagine in those older RPGs you can, you get all kinds of ridiculous Force powers. Which is great. You can use Force Lightning? That's what we're talking about. Like, it's really funny because, like, only 2 characters on screen have ever been shown to use Force Lightning, and yet people freaking love Force Lightning. They're like, oh, yeah, give me that. I want to shoot lightning from my fingertips. And by the way, I'm not blaming them at all. Like, I wonder how long it's gonna be until you get an RPG. Like, Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, like, a lot of your Force usage is, like, pulling things or pushing things away or, stuff like that. Obviously, he's a Jedi, so he gets to, block, like, missiles and stuff like that, which is great. Fantastic. No notes. It's really good. But I don't think they explore, like, dark side stuff in the way that my understanding, anyway, of the older RPGs allow you to, like, kind of fall and then go full villain, right? A little concerned. I was taking that jump a little bit too cavalierly there. You saw me pull back. They're remaking it? Oh, that would be cool. I haven't heard anything, so I don't know. All right. Hello. Leave me alone, Lanceax. I don't have the ability to play with you yet. She does have some pretty cool incantations, but even if you fight her in that area, she'll just retreat. The real place where you fight her is a different spot. Distracted by glowing skulls every time. I gotta have it. I'm gonna grab this, this place is called the Fire Swamp. It's called, I don't remember what it's called, actually, Data. How many times did greed kill me in Elden Ring? All the time. I don't know. Not for like glowing skulls, I don't think. But like oftentimes you'll greed when you like see a boss is almost dead. And then you just like walk headlong into whatever ridiculous attack they were charging up, and you're like, I can take him. And it turns out you couldn't take him. So that's usually where it gets you. But I mean, I feel like every player runs into that. It's like, oh, I'm so close. Yeah. Like for example, if like Melania, I think was the worst offender for me, where I would like I really wanted to get her down to phase 2, right? And she would have like, you know, one hit left on her first phase. And I would be like, okay, I just need to hit her one time and then she'll reset. But then if you trade with her, then she heals. If she hits you first. So then you're just like, okay, well now I have to hit him again, or I have to hit her again. And then eventually she'll, you know, murder you. But like, it gets very silly very quickly. Poise breaking bosses. Yeah, Ryan. Like, I think this challenge would have been, and I know there are other strategies, but like old Flame of the Redmanes would have made this challenge kind of trivial, I think. Because there was a point where, when Flame of the Redmanes was really, really freaking good, I went through the game and just kind of, you know, was poise breaking literally anything that I came across. I'm poise breaking the final boss of the game, poise breaking like anything. Just anything. You just do like 3 or 4 red mains. 2 usually was enough, but like 3 or 4 is just like, okay. You're stun locked. And then you get like, you'd put it on a misericord, right? And then just go for like all the backstab multipliers, because you're just like, all right, well, I know that I'm going to be getting like 6 or 7 poise breaks, and the enemies are not going to be able to really do much of anything. So just go all in on backstabs or crit multiplier, and just like, okay, cool. We're making good progress. Fingers crossed we can finish setup without incidents. Hope for me. Hope for me, chat. I need your hope. I need your good vibes.
I knew I hear. Take my hand. If I will
Setup, yeah. Setup takes a while, Ryan. It's like the things that I want to have, because I'm a bad player. I want to have, like, you know, 40 vigor, and I want to have the spirit ashes, and I'm like kind of greeting already by going for the gold scarab first. Like the first boss that I kill is the 2 cleaner knights that have the gold scarab talisman, and then I go and eliminate what's her name? Grail. So like, so I'm already greeting a little bit for all that. But then after that, like, a lot of the early bosses kind of fall over pretty quickly, which is nice. I like that. I like not having to, like, be super concerned about the bosses, and then maybe that means I can focus a little bit more on the pathing aspect of it all. Yeah, no, I get you, I get you. And, like, yeah, I've been getting all those things as well, right? I'm getting all the flask things. And I've been getting a lot of the smithing stones because I'm planning on upgrading a sacred seal. I'm still, like, we haven't got far enough for me to see whether or not I want to use the Godslayer one instead. Because I feel like the Godslayer one would be pretty slick instead of the regular one. Though the regular one is very good, just in general. The Godslayer one, at least, if I'm planning on using Black Flame a bunch, then it would make sense for me to get that. I mean, the other thing that I could do is just upgrade the regular Sacred Seal and then put the Godslayer Seal in the offhand and just use that. That's always an option. You kill every boss? Yeah, well, I mean, most of, like, we did a run Harbinger a couple months ago. I'm saying a couple months ago, but it was probably more than that, where I did kill every boss. Now, it wasn't Deathless, though. I don't think we died 100 times. I don't think we got to 100. We may have got to 100, but, like, I can't remember. I can't remember how many it was by the end. But, like, killing all the bosses is great. Love doing that. 340 hours, 3 full playthroughs. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. This run, I would estimate, will probably take, like, somewhere in the 10-hour range, maybe a little less than that, depending on how quickly and efficiently we move, and, you know, if we're able to succeed at what we're trying to do. But, like, you're a fire giant in your permadeath? Ryan, what build are you running in yours? Fingers crossed for you. I hope you get it. Hope you get it. Farum Azula is crazy. Nagakiba with Frost? I mean, that is pretty legitimate. I envy your melee abilities in that case. Because I'm always a little bit too hesitant to get into, like, super close quarters combat with a lot of the bosses in the game. Like, take Radon, for example. Like, I do not know what Radahn is doing still. I have not learned any of Radahn's moves. I dodge when it looks like he's attacking you, but like... By the way, I'm in this area because I want a, because I want the arm for Millicent. Again, because I'm running incantations, Millicent is a target for me here. Everyone wants a piece. Are you gonna climb up the ladder, or can you not? Rude as well. Just top off really quickly. I'm running into an area with a clean run knight. I want pest threads. To finish my thought, I want pest threads, so getting Millicent is good. Leave me alone. Thank you very much. We leave. That almost feels like dancing. Yeah, I got a lot more of that feeling, Harbinger, in Sekiro. I feel like the combat flow of Sekiro is unparalleled, and like this game can't really match what that felt like. Though this game obviously gives you a much wider variety of things that you can do, right? Aside from parry with good timing. Yeah, that's one of the runs, like the two challenge runs, the two no damage runs that I did in Sekiro. I'm very proud of those, I have to say. No damage Shura, no damage Immortal Severance. Two runs that I can actually hang my hat on. I think this one would be a big one for me as well. I mean, obviously, like a lot of the runs that I've done in Baldur's Gate and Divinity, I'm very happy about, of course. But I think for the real-time games, like, you know, Baldur's Gate is real-time with pause, right? You get a pause button. Divinity is turn-based. These games require, I think, a different level of like focus and a larger variety of like things that you're doing, right? You're controlling, you're worrying about pathing and platforming and dodging and parrying and it all has to be accurate all the time. And you're still thinking strategically, of course. I think it's a different beast. Like, obviously we have a plan. But it's that Mike Tyson quote, right? He has a plan till they get hit in the mouth. The plan is don't die. Wait, what? Oh no, Isomore, wait. Why didn't you tell me this earlier? Oh my god, mods, can you please ban Isomore for withholding information? Ridiculous. Some people, some chatters, I swear, are just so withholding. She was swinging at me. She was definitely swinging a knife. That was interesting interaction we just had. All right, couple more minutes of setup. We are closing in on it. Pray for no incidents. I want to actually see these strategies come into fruition. Our first run made it past Radon, and then I jumped off a cliff. Our second, third, and fourth runs have all died in setup, and I would love nothing more than to fight bosses again. Brr, 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 brr. Yo, dog, are you serious right now? Okay, let's make him go away. At least you're invulnerable while you're in the touching grace animation. Otherwise, Tree Sentinel must have been wondering like why he didn't like sweep me all the way into the pool down off to the right. He was just like, wait, that swing should have been a home run. I don't know why it went through him. Let's go, swag. Let's go. We're doing it. Probably. We're doing it. The other funny thing is, the way that I do the setup, actually, we don't spend very much time on Torrent moving forward. Like there are a couple like moving around sections with Torrent, but like, and maybe when we get to like Snowfield and Consecrated Snowfield or whatever, Mountaintops of the Giants, like then you start seeing Torrent a little bit more. But like, for a long while, we're just gonna be Torrentless as I'm running around dungeons and fighting against bosses. I don't like to use Torrent when I'm on foot. Sorry, I stopped talking so that I can focus on pathing to that golden seed. While the catapults are firing, I get a little bit nervous. Yeah. So getting extra somber smithing stones is something that I like to do. There is an opportunity to upgrade Serpent Hunter before you fight Rykard. You grab Serpent Hunter and you can actually waypoint back out to Round Table if you don't want to immediately fight him after you get Serpent Hunter. So you can actually grab Serpent Hunter, take it back to Hugh, upgrade it to. It doesn't have to be to like level 10 or anything. I'm not planning on using Serpent Hunter like for anything other than Rykard. But upgrading it to like level 4 or 5 is certainly a lot better than leaving it at level 0 and then doing that. No, obviously we can still kill him, but But having like a level 4 or 5 Serpent Hunter, and then you've got Mimic Tier also using it, helps makes that fight a little bit more comfortable, I would say. So I will look for opportunities to grab like a couple extra somber stones, and the ones that I'm missing I can purchase from Ichi. When I need them. Oops. Oh, that was a stylish jump. That ram was right on my tail. All right. Very good. And that, my friends, unless I'm very much mistaken, is the end of this portion of setup. So now I'm going to go and upgrade my Spirit Ash to level 5.
I have you to I can have I'm as yet. But and if well I search Roderick.
Oh, I don't have enough runes, right? Okay. Let me go sell some runes, yeah?
I took you, Mamad. Lay out your arms.
How's that? I good enough? Hugh. That is your real name?
Greeting. Are you here for?
Nice.
If I can see, I can under Master Hugh once again.
Curtsy. Nice. Cool. All right. Next order of business, I am going to. Get 12 arcane, and then I'm gonna start saving these runes. I mean, maybe I can put a couple points into endurance, but what I'd like to do is save these runes because I'm not sure about the stat requirements for the Black Knight. So I'll just hang on to these, and then let's upgrade our flasks. At the end of this, I should have 6 and 6 for like 12 total flasks. Very good. All right. Oh, and I should mix a physic, yeah? Increased stamina, and let's do increased faith or strength? Strength for the moment, and then I'll do faith when I actually start doing incantations. So I don't have any incantations yet, but I will as soon as I get some dragon hearts. All right, we're going for it. Let's do Abandoned Cave, get the Clean Knights out of the way, and get their bug hat. Pardon me. Excuse me. Yeah, I can't see anything either, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. Ow. Okay, I'm poisoned. That is a minor issue, I would say. I'm gonna have to watch my health here. Got that one. Let's go help our friends with the other. Good. Alright, that's one. Bug hat is mine. Let's go to Fort Farah. Deal with Grail. Alrighty. So I have bleed and frost and fire here. And with the bug hat and the gold foul foot, we'll get like 115,000 runes out of this deal. So and notice that I use the fire from the Flame of the Redmane's attack to reset the frost. I'll go for one more bleed. There we go. And maybe one more frost. I mean, the easier way now is to just actually use Hoarfrost Stomp. So maybe I'll start doing that. So after a little bit, her status resistance goes up. So at this point, it takes 4 Hoarfrost Stomps. And then we reset it with the fire. Almost got her. This doesn't take a tremendously long time. Alright, last couple attacks will do it. Okay. So watch the runes. We have 28,000 right now. I have 144,000, so there you go. Cool. I am now going to take this stuff, and I'm going to go to the... So I got 5 hearts. I'm going to go to the Church of Dragon Communion. I'm going to grab my first incantations. I think Rotten Breath is good. I think Fire Breath and I think Frost Breath are all solid choices, of course, but Rotten Breath is target number 1. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. I can leave the other Dragon Hearts for like anything else, but I'm not planning on using anything other than probably these two. Okay. And then let me go ahead and actually equip my Sacred Seal. And I can leave Redmane's on, I guess. Hey, what's up, Money? How are we doing? Okay, so I've got my Sacred Seal. I've got my 2 spells. I've got my Money Hat. Sorry, my Money Talisman. I can put on a mask that gives me more faith as well if I want. And oh, that's a look right there. Now I'm light load again. This is great. All right, let's go after Margit. Get another talisman slot, and then I can slot in something else. My other option would be to go for the Black Knife right now, but Let's do market, and then I'll go do the. I'll go get the black knife. I think that both are, well, within reason to do. Because getting a weapon that I'd actually like to use would be good. The incantations are, of course, very strong, but Rot Breath in particular takes a while to charge up, so you ought to be a little bit careful with that. Foul tarnished.
Foul tarnished.
Yeah, that's what I said. All right. All right, guys, go get him. Oh, he's stinky, all right.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Guys, it'd be great if you hit him and let him. Oh, there's the bleed. Very nice work. Yeah, my team is so strong. Farewell.
I shall remember thee, tarnished, smouldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear of the night. The hands of fell shall brook thee no quarter.
He definitely loves talking. I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna go and try and get my black knife. I want to see what the stats are for it so that I can allocate everything, and then I can start putting points into endurance, etc. And these guys should be more than enough to keep the black knife occupied. Hello. Still not stinky? Wow, your resistances must be really good. Ow. Nice leg. You're still not stinky. Wow. So jumpy. How are you not stinky? Wait, does this thing have like actual rot immunity or something? This at all. They nerfed Rotten Breath? Oh, really? Well, in that case, this is going to be tougher. I mean, we've almost got her. But she is being a real pain in the ass. Oh my god, every direction that I dodge, she's jumping in. She's crazy. What? Excuse... How? What? The hell was that? Alright, we got her. That was gross, but we got it. Cool. So a new weapon requires 18 faith and 12 dexterity. Okay, got it. Alright. Let's go upgrade it. And put this thing at level 6 and roll with that. Scarlet Rot status effect buildup. I mean, I guess that's fair. Though I wouldn't have expected it to take like seven rot breaths or whatever to get there with her, right? That was weird, I thought. Maybe if my incantation was more powerful. I don't know if incantation scaling has any effect on status buildup. All right, 12 dex. We said 18 faith, and then I'm gonna start putting points into endurance so that I can actually wear equipment again. There we go. Now I can wear this with light load as well. All right. And now let's go try and get our first great rune. Godric is our next target. And I will want to make a detour in this castle for the Black Flame spells and the Black Flame seal. I'll have to check the stats on that one as well. Hello?
It's tightly hooked. The guard, you'll breach the... You're just...
Wait. Sorry.
The guard, you'll slip. When you appear, its own.
Open the gate, buddy.
The gates! Open the gate!
Thanks.
Why is it always me? What did I do?
I don't like that guy. So with light load, I'm just gonna kind of run through here. Ow. There's another somber one. And again, having more endurance is good. The physic that I'm drinking does give me more endurance. Oh, I should switch it so that so that it's faith, endurance and faith. Right now it's endurance and strength. All right, I need to dodge now. Pardon me. Excuse me, friends. All right, I'm gonna go down these stairs. Okay, I may need to turn around here really quickly and... All right, range on it is pretty short. But when it does connect, it's pretty good. All hail the Black Knife. Okay. No, understood. I see you back there. Hang on, I need to deal with... Oh my god. Okay. No, I'd love to get to a spot where I can actually heal. Excuse me. Hello, friends. Annoying. Leave me alone. Yeah, you too. You're next. Got him. Okay, right. Sorry, what was I doing? Godslayer stuff? I got the seal, I got the prayer book. The seal requires what? 27 faith. Okay, and I have 24 at the moment. So if I put more points into faith, then I can use that one. I think I'll do that. I think the Godslayer seal is good. If I'm planning on doing anything with Black Flame, which I am, then I will just use that one for the rest of this run. Everything's fine. And then after I get to the 27 faith, I need to put some points into mind. Maybe like 20 mind will be good. As well. And I may need to go and get some memory stones, but that's fine. I can do that. What's the range? That connected. So the beautiful thing about the Black Knife weapon is, I mean, as you can see, you hit, it does a lot of damage, but then it does percentage of health damage as well, as a dot that follows shortly. It also reduces the enemy's maximum health by a little bit, though it's, yeah. So it's really good. It's very good. We like it. We're gonna use it often.
I am the fellow. I'm here by the how utter this graft is tainted. If I ask you, the winds run. I'm certain. As fellow down, whatever.
Alrighty. Godric is next. I think Black Knife will be pretty solid against him, especially if Rotten Breath isn't going to actually do anything to him. Oh, I was gonna change my physic as well. Godric, yeah. Alright, let's get him. Hey, buddy. Keep into arm's length. Okay, oh, that's rude. That connected. I need to remember that I don't have that much mana. All right. Got one.
And one day, we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Got one. Alright, the next move I'm gonna make is to go to the Limgrave Tower, Divine Tower. And we're gonna upgrade Godric's Great Rune and equip it. That will give me +5 to all stats. That'll be really nice for raising my FP as well. But it'll also get me closer to that faith, the faith requirement that I'm looking for. Oh my god! Oh my god! My dodge timing is so bad. Let's try that again. Actually get to use the Great Runes, that's true. I only ever use Godric's Great Rune, I have to say. Like, I don't ever really find much use for the other ones, because the stats are just so good. Until very late. When maybe you switch to something else, like Radahn's Great Rune, or Morgoth's even. Morgoth's Great Rune is pretty sick as well. But Godric's, especially for a run like this, is just so nice. Yeah, Morgoth's is really solid as well. Raises your HP pretty dramatically. So the mask I'm wearing, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. The mask I'm wearing gives gives one faith. So that's the reason why I have that thing equipped. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted great runes. There we go. Alright. Fingers crossed that rune arc will be the last one we need to use. So I'm gonna pay Gillica a visit here. She drops a talisman that I will want at some point. Okay, rude. I can't see. I can't actually go anywhere? My god. Got stuck in a corner. Alright, at least my friends helped. Good job, friends. Get around her. This will come into play in a little while. Let me go and upgrade my my sacred seal. So we're gonna use the Godslayer one instead. Incant scaling is slightly nicer, I think. But also it boosts the Godslayer incantations, which I should actually buy from this guy.
Oh, welcome. I teach and explore so that one ensuring either way. You do most time you are well.
You have a prayer book.
That it's incantation. Very well.
Yes. Okay. Just Black Flame, very nice. Throw fireballs. I mean, what more do you want? I can also go buy a memory stone.
May the golden order shine.
It costs what, 3,000 runes? Something like that? Oh, hi.
I thought you'd the Felly Lou. I'm glad to see. I found it in you were the one to make good use of it. I don't intend. I wonder if he's in his if you haven't all father is I'm sure to.
Sure. I think having Black Flame will be a good one for just all-purpose. I want to do extra damage. Throw a fireball at him.
Those of a challenger, find them well.
Might cost a little bit less than the all right. All right, that's a level 10 smithing stone or sacred seal now. 161 incant strength, not bad. We will find other places to increase that. All right. Let's go for Radon. And then I probably should go to bed. Probably. So let's make Radon the final boss for tonight, and then I will you know, if it goes well, then good. So Radon is one of those bosses that I would expect, like, I know that Scarlet Rot does a lot less, it's a lot harder to proc, but it's freaking Radon. He is really weak against Scarlet Rot. So hopefully it'll proc and then we'll be able to kill him, but like Margit was it, we made Margit stinky as well, so like it should be okay. I think the Black Knife just had high resistance. I'm hoping that the Black Knife just had high resistance.
The festival is nigh. The festival. But oh, the
Heartening cry. Oh. All right, here we go. Last time he almost one-shotted me. But I had enough vigor. This time, maybe we'll see how it goes. Bring in the friends. All right. All right, I'm gonna lead Radon back toward everybody else, and then we're gonna try and rot breath him. Ideally, in an ideal world, he's now distracted. All right, he is distracted. I don't know if that really connected. Yeah, he's rotting, he's rotting, he's rotting. Okay. So now that he's rotting, I think Black Flame is kind of the way to go. And I can also Black Knife him. Actually, that's not connecting. So Fireballs it is. Okay, he's gone. He's still rotting. Get out of the way. Get more people to distract. Ooh, we stunned him. Fireballs, fireballs, fireballs. Here he comes. Dodge through that. Our boy's rotting. Black Knife, got him. Very good. Phew. He's crazy, obviously, but you know, we had what we needed to get him.
Aye, one hit after that, and as such. As luck, if I and you know, who could expect? Just you wait.
All right, and with two great runes in our possession, I can now go to this lady and get another talisman slot.
Only fine. You have now to become the thing as much. Now become.
So I can now slot in the this talisman, which makes it so that when my HP is at maximum, my attack power is greater. So that'll encourage me to, you know, stay out of harm's way. We got a decent amount of runes. I can upgrade my faith to... Okay, so this is what we said, right? Faith to 27. All right, so now I'm going to get to, like, maybe 20 endurance, which seems to be enough to wear the equipment that I want. And then I'll put, like, 10 points into mind, and then we can figure out what we need from there. So far, so good with this run. We are we've made very good progress tonight. We beat Godric, we beat Radon. We are almost at the farthest point where we've made it. This run is just under 3 hours old at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and end for the evening. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. This was a lot of fun. It was great hanging out with you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I am going to be back probably, I want to say Sunday night, but we'll see. And we'll pick up this run, which is now, like, we have a run on our hands. So hopefully we can keep it going the next time. All right? Until then, take care of yourselves. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting and lurking and following and subscribing and all the wonderful ways you support the stream. I really appreciate you. Okay? I'm out. See you guys soon. Bye.